pressure. That's all I can say.
You ain't seen nothing.
You ain't seen that yet. You know. So this the radio station. We do our podcast and we listen to music. You can play music. You can see it's a card right there. You can tune in on it. You know,
right
it's I think it's
the red one in front of you. You do t-shirts.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take you next door to the print shop. This is Station Hill.
You just did me a t-shirt.
Going at God's pace. When it comes, it comes.
Okay. So when it comes, who's going with you? I'm trying to lead on. I hope she's watching.
Oh, yeah, she most definitely coming. Ariana Faith McLeod, yeah. That's my future wife.
She is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
She is beautiful.
Every time you see me, I'm a star. What's up, Jaeway Lane Vlogs, man? We just finished washing the car, and then we're washing the clothes. But today, I have an interview today. My first interview ever. So I must be somewhat of a wise young man, because today I got an interview that I'm not ready for. It came out of nowhere, but I'm very excited for it because this is my first time. It has my heart beating and racing, my adrenaline rushing, like, what am I gonna say? But it's all gonna come natural when the questions come, and I want to bring y'all with me, and I appreciate y'all for supporting me as long as y'all have. You know, life is only gonna continue elevating and going to different levels with the mindset I have and the master plan that I have that y'all don't even know about. I don't want y'all to know about. I just want to invite y'all. I just want y'all to watch me grow to where I'm gonna be at in life, and I appreciate it for real, for real. So keep telling people to subscribe and like my channel. You feel me? Because if you support me, you support my family, I support you. You give out the love, I give back the love. You feel me? Positive energy only. Man, I ain't gonna count no cars clean. Why we didn't clean no cars up? Ooh, no count. No count. No cars is clean. No cars clean. No cars looking sexy. Man, y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Jaeway, man. I'm just very excited about today. Like, I know y'all just seen that last clip. I'm having my first interview. You feel me? It's very special to me because I'm very honored to, you know, be chosen to do something like this. I mean, I knew I was a great role model, but like when things get presented to me like this, it's like, wow, I'm really doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life. 4 years from now, I just made a post. I'm gonna put it right here. I just made a post. I said 4 years from now, I will, like, life will be totally different for me. Like, the car that I want, the crib that I'm gonna have for the fam, like, all of that is gonna be my reality. Right now, I'm just grinding. I'm building up for that takeover. Like, I'm building up for all of this. Everything that I'm doing right now, it's for a reason. Y'all might not see it right now. It might take some years for y'all to catch on. But once I bring it to reality, it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be legendary. It's gonna be like, I really can't even explain it. Everything I got surrounded around me right now, all the positivity and all the positive people that God placed in my life, is like, man, I'm really on that route for real. Your boy Jared really is having real motion. I can't count. I can't lie. But I'm about to get an edit in this video. I just wanted to, you know, check in on y'all real quick, man.
All right. I think we're good now. We're going to talk about, we're going to hit on a few things that I want to tap into his thoughts about growing up black, growing up as a black young man, growing up as a black, educated, talented, good-looking young man, the challenges that come with that, what he sees, may be the problem, what he thinks may be the solution, all of that. So we're going to jump right on into it. I'm going to let you give your intro. Tell the people who you are, what you do. I'll let you have it.
My name is Jamil Martin. I go by Jaeway. That's my nickname for my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Jaeway Lane Vlogs. I'm also an upcoming entrepreneur. I'm a hardworking, hustling young man. I'm an athlete at that as well. I do a lot of things. I like to jump into a whole different environment. I like to test my limits and see what I really can do and what I'm afraid to do. And if I'm afraid to do it, I'm gonna go at it full steam.
That's what I'm talking about. Now he came in full gear. He's got his shades on, got his hat on. That's why I got my hat on. I was gonna take it off, but no. Heard him give his intro. Jaeway. I've watched some of your videos. He's funny. He's funny. What made you get into doing the videos?
See, back in high school, I used to always do like creative videos, things that used to go viral. Like, if I seen a challenge on the internet, everybody in school would be like, Jamil, you need to do this, Jamil, you do that. So it's like the people I was in school with, they motivated me into doing it. And then as I got older, I was doing YouTube, but it was on and off. And then my homeboy said, you're the type to just post anything, post whatever you want, and don't care what nobody says about you. So you should really push that. And I was motivated to do it after that point. Because like as I elevate in life, I want to look back at those videos and be like, dang, I really came a long way.
Right. Especially, I can imagine that they really started to jump off when we all were quarantined. You had a lot of time to make videos then and to push them out because we were all at home. And that's what we were all doing. We were all on TikTok. That's when I discovered TikTok. We were all on TikTok, YouTube. We were already doing the podcast, but it seemed to be a bigger market now because we were all at home. Did you see a greater jump in your viewers? Did it really take off during the COVID era?
I mean, my subscribers was going up, but at that point in time, you know, a lot of us was in a rough patch at that time. And with me, I was almost homeless twice. So I felt like YouTube was like my pride and joy. Me and my brother will wake up, we're making videos. We at our lowest now, like we're young. Me and my mom, I had just came from New York, almost homeless, and I come home and the situation ain't no better. So I'm just trying to do YouTube, you know, bring some life up into what my situation is. It was pretty tough, you know, but yeah, I agree with that. My subscribers and things was going up, and now I'm almost at 1K.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you came from New York.
New York.
Tell us about, now you just skated right on over that I was almost homeless thing, because you guys are 21, almost 22.
Right.
How does a 21-year-old find himself almost homeless?
See, I was in school and I was really lost for real. Everybody wanted me to go to school, you know, football. School wasn't really for me. I was just doing it for football. And when the pandemic happened, it's like everything. First I had left Kansas and then I went to New York. New York was great. Everything was going good. Then COVID hit. I hit a brick wall. They was like, you got to get out the dorms. You got to go home, this and that. So I asked one of my homeboys who lived down there, can I go live with him? And he was living in the worst part of New York. Like roaches. If you look up Brownsville. Yeah, that's what I think it's called. Brownsville, that was the worst part. You know, the stuff that you see on movies.
That was Brownsville.
That's what it was.
So it wasn't like living single in that nice little brownstone and yeah.
Right. So I'm just like flabbergasted. I'm looking at everybody. He like, don't look out the window. They gonna shoot up here, this and that. I'm just looking like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. This is really going on. So even though in my worst moments in my life, I was still, you know, focused and just embracing it all, just taking it all in. I wasn't just looking at it like I'm almost homeless, this and that. No, I'm using it to help me grow because God put me through this for some reason.
Right.
It got to be something. So then, like, I stayed down there for like 3 months. Then I came home. My mama didn't want me to come home because the situation home wasn't no better than what I was going through up there.
Absolutely.
So when I got back home, we were sleeping on my dad's carpet. That was the only option she had. And then eventually some nights was going on. Months went by. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, Mama, let me get a job. Let me get a job. She was like, you need to maintain school. I was like, I'm going to do school and I'm going to get a job. So I got a job and I had applied for an apartment. got her apartment. That was the best feeling. And from there,
Wow.
everything was up.
So it was really not about you wanted somewhere for you to stay. You wanted somewhere for mama to be.
Right.
Are you a mama's boy?
Very much.
I got one of those too. And not that his dad is not in his life, but I think that for me to say I'm proud of you, and for me to be like, oh, way to go, Jamil, you know, you're doing that, it means a lot to him, because I'm sure with your mom, the sacrifice, she worked so hard so that you don't know how hard she working.
Right.
So you didn't steal the grind. The grind was placed in you.
Right, it gotta be in you. It got to be.
So you graduated from Emerald?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you feel like, because you said you were going to school so you could play ball,
Right.
do you feel like the school more or less made that your only option? Was college, did they even introduce the idea of college to you, or you just knew from the start, yeah, not really for me?
Yeah, I knew from the start it wasn't for me. I had a different mindset than school. I didn't know what I wanted to do for school, and when I got out here, well, whenever I was going through school, like I would be on social media, and some of my social media influencers that I was watching at the time, they was showing me different routes with like entrepreneurship and what you can do, and I was like, wow, I want to know how I can get into that. But I wasn't forcing it. Over time, it just came to me. So now with me doing YouTube, I'm onto this ownership stuff now. I got my LLC. I'm aiming for this. I don't want to, tell too much.
Don't
but
give them too much.
in about 2-3 years,
Steal your idea around here.
I know what I'm doing. I got a plan now for myself. I ain't letting nobody plan my life for me.
I read a quote before. Either you can build your dreams, or someone will hire you to build theirs.
I love that.
It's nothing but the truth. They taught us how to be employees and not bosses.
Right.
So I'm wondering, you guys are a different breed, y'all from a different kind of cloth.
Growing up, without like a real true role model, you dipping and dabbing at everybody. Like, okay, it's up to you at this point to make the right decision on who you want to be like and who you want to be. You see this guy doing this, and you look up to him. That's your older brother or whatever. He in the streets, this and that. You with him all the time. But when you grow up, you don't want to be like that. If your dad was in the streets, you don't want to be like that. So then you see this other man who like a multi-millionaire, he chasing all of this. Oh yeah, that's most definitely the man I want to be like. But this is who I'm with right now.
Right.
But I know where I'm aiming to be. So you just gotta be smart growing up. And of course you're gonna make mistakes.
You do.
But you just gotta stay smart. Like, just try to make the most smart decisions possible.
And even the mistakes that you make, let them be a lesson. You're the minority. Someone who's trying to do right, who's trying to be a boss and not an employee, just a good man in general. You're the minority. So where do you think as a community we are failing our boys? Are we failing our boys, or are you failing yourselves?
I feel like honestly they failing themselves, because I was in that same community. Like, I had the opportunity to go the wrong way. I was born into it. Like, my family, it went from generation to generation. I could have easily been involved, but I was able to make a difference. If I'm able to make a difference, all of them can make a difference. With me doing videos and doing all this positive stuff and showing a different way, telling them about credit on my YouTube. Credit is a big, powerful thing that you can really take over with credit.
Yes, you can.
But what I'm doing, if a lot of them would watch me, really pay attention to me like I want them to, they would know to make their own decisions. But it's the blind leading the blind.
Yeah. And probably it's a little jealous factor going on. They don't want to take anything from you because they see where you're going, how people respond to you, and a lot of people can't handle that.